on YouTube as well as Instagram. We're just going to talk about some recent, coronavirus news, nonsense, whatever's going on in the world, as well as whatever you guys would like to talk about. I guess I guess we should give at least somewhat of a summary before we start. So basically, the world is run by a bunch of, well, let's not say who the world is run by, but let's just say that the people that are enacting out the plan are members of secret societies, and there's basically several million people throughout the United States that are being compensated in one way or another to deceive others. One of the things we always point out is that they invert their gender, because a lot of these secret societies go back thousands and thousands of years, and they worship like transgender deities and all types of wacko crazy stuff that you would never believe. So what were the other key points? So some of you guys probably heard of Illuminati, Freemasons. Basically, the first thing you need to understand is that there's several million people basically keeping a secret. If you're wondering how it's possible that all of these hospitals were empty and no one said a word, if you're wondering how all of these news articles, these mainstream media sources, television, if you're wondering how none of this information that's truthful really gets to the public, it's because there's millions and millions and millions of people keeping a secret. And not only that, all of these government organizations, the CIA, the FBI, all their job is basically to deceive the masses and keep the deceit in the public. Anytime something truthful comes out, they label it as a conspiracy theory, which was actually a term created by them. And with the truth, they do send people out there to just be control opposition, to keep people in fear, and then steer them towards Christianity. Those are the two main things. Or they'll just try to pretend the person's crazy. David Icke, who's controlled opposition, just they pretend he's crazy, even though some of what he says is the truth. People like Ice Age Farmer are just here to spread fear and steer people in certain directions. There's a reason these people are getting hundreds of thousands, if not millions of views, and they're not getting censored at all. I'm having a huge problem finding farms that do not vaccinate their cattle. Yeah, that's another thing we could talk about, the vaccination stuff. It's tough. It's tough to find animals that aren't vaccinated. The local beef we have on Frankie's free range meat is vaccinated, but is not. I'm sorry. Let me rephrase that. The local beef we have on Frankie's free range meat, the local beef package, is not vaccinated. The other stuff, some of the other stuff, we try to make sure it's not, but sometimes we don't know for certain 100% on stuff like the veal. So it's safe to say the majority of our beef is not vaccinated, but that's something that you're not really going to be able to find. That's something you're not going to really be able to find. It's kind of stupid to try to find. Honestly, it's pretty stupid to try to find meat that's not vaccinated, unless you're willing to really pay a lot of money and get it from, like, go out and get it yourself. It's actually pretty unique that we sell non-vaccinated beef in general. And the other lifestyle factors in the cow, well, I don't want to talk about this today, but the other lifestyle factors in the cow's life are more significant than whether or not the cow is vaccinated. I would be more concerned if they're continually giving the cow antibiotics or that type of stuff. Can you teach us how to spot the inverted gender thing in news and celebrities? I still don't understand. I mean, I don't really want to talk about that today. Basically, chances are, if you're looking at a man, it's a woman. If you're looking at a woman, it's a man, if it's on the news or something. Do you think Rat Boy will go? I'm not. I didn't want to talk about this today, but he actually rewrote his book to change his viewpoint on plant foods, and I might prove that in a video. I might take the original version of his book, and go through it, and then take the second version of his book and point out, hey, he just literally rewrote his book just to change his opinion on plant foods to reflect my opinion. I'm looking for some of that Ishtar pussy. So I guess the vaccinations and the election are still the overarching big topics. The term dark winter is definitely something we need to talk about, as well as planned cyber attacks, like a grid shutdown. Now, if there's anything else you guys want me to go over, we can, but let's try to cover that stuff first. So, in general, coronavirus, they're still keeping the deception. They're still pretending like cases are at an all-time high. They're still, doing a bunch of bullshit. Stay-at-home advisory amid surges. So what they're doing now, in the context of the coronavirus, appears to be like a soft like craze. They're saying cases are at an all-time high. Things are getting worse and worse and worse. Things have to shut down. Things have to lock down. We need to do more stuff. But in reality, it's not like a super hard immediate lockdown. They're kind of doing like a soft shutdown to prepare people for the insane stuff, what it seems. So I would expect sometime, I would bet in mid-January is when they're going to really, really lock things down again. Even though the first shutdown technically never ended, they're probably going to just set in more restrictions. That's what I would bet. At least that's what it seems to be. And the other stuff that's going to come in, I was watching the news for about 10 minutes this morning when I was eating, and they were pushing the vaccine pretty hard. In the 10 minutes I watched the news, all they talked about was the vaccine. So they basically said, oh, well, the new president needs to, or whatever, the presidency needs to work together to distribute the vaccine and that type of stuff. So it seems like the media is really shoving the vaccine down people's throats, and I don't think that's going to be received too well. I'm thinking of, do you think it will go into second lockdown? I don't like acknowledging that people are referring to it as a second lockdown, because technically the first one never ended. If we don't fight this nonsense, it's never going to stop. Well, that's what I spoke about in my other video. I made the analogy, if you're like a medieval empire waging wars and you win a castle, you're not just going to win the castle back. And what their end goal is with like the new world order, the globalist, socialist, communist, social credit system nonsense, where basically everyone's a slave, then you understand they're not giving any ground back unless people fight for it. And people don't seem to be willing to fight for it at all. You see the Michigan governor who did a speech about shutting the state down while a woman was doing sign language 3 feet away from her without a mask? They're laughing in our face. No, they are laughing in people's faces. But one thing we mentioned on the other live stream was the 10 criteria for CIA for the 10 criteria. I think it was written by the CIA to brainwash someone. And if you look at that 10 criteria, which I don't think we have to go over again because most of you guys are probably here, it's basically what they're doing in the media right now. And another thing that I saw that was said was, after about 2 months of brainwashing and fear mongering through psychological warfare on the television, it's basically impossible to change someone's mind regardless of what you say. I've been seeing that today. We're turning on 5 grams across the country. Verizon ad for about a week now. Yeah, it's not good. It's not good. It's like religion. I said this in my video last week. You can't change people's minds at this point, regardless of what you say. If people like my dad and my mom listen to, if my dad probably watches CNN for 4 or 5 hours a day. He's completely gone, completely brainwashed. There's no talking sense into any of those people. And then there's the There's a lot of different types of scripted narratives on the vaccine. They're saying that anyone who's against vaccinations is an anti-vaxxer. They're saying that oh, I just want it to be tested and be safe. They want a little longer time. So there's all types of bullshit going on, when in reality, no one even knows what a virus is. What's the difference between using a 5 grams phone and living near a 5 grams tower without a 5 grams phone? I mean, I don't really. The point is, both will radiate the hell out of you. Both will radiate. Having a cell phone on next to you is going to radiate you, just like having a cell phone tower a certain distance from you is going to radiate you. Depending on your distance from the cell phone tower, the line of sight, what's in the way, will gauge the radiation levels. I don't know how people sit here and take the same bullshit every day. No, it's kind of Frank, you saw my email on Ice Age Farmer's new vid. I know he's a shill, but it's a great vid. No, I don't think so. I think this planned cyber attack thing is something that they've been saying for a while, and to me, it doesn't really make much sense. Planned cyber attack. So I'll give my thoughts on that. So the idea is that they're going to script. Look, Ice Age Farmer has 170,000 subscribers now. Last year he had less than me, and now I haven't grown at all. He's grown double at least. He's basically fear porn. Ice Age Farmer is basically fear porn, keeping people in fear. He's a complete Masonic shill, very likely. Otherwise, he would be taken out. His videos are getting 140,000 views. So there's been a few things that have correlated to this that we have to kind of explain. So people have probably heard of the term dark winter in the news. Now, I don't think it actually means dark winter as in things are going to go dark and it's going to be blacked out. Operation Dark Winter was the code for a senior level bioterrorist attack simulation conducted in 2001. It was designed to carry out a mock version of a covert and widespread smallpox attack on the United States. So, I mean, if I had to guess what Dark Winter was, it's going to be either a new version of a new mutation of coronavirus, or there's going to be more coronavirus cases like crazy. Look, I read. There's top stories. Biden urges a new economic relief package and warns against a dark winter. Biden calls for stimulus ahead of a dark winter for the country. Biden warns of a very dark winter while stressing for corona. Let me read these articles. What the hell are they even saying? Do they define dark winter? No, the word dark winter. A very dark winter. We're going into a very dark winter. Things are going to get much tougher before they get easier. Things are going to get much tougher before they get easier. That's basically what they're saying. But again, dark winter, when you Google it, Operation Dark Winter. Oh, wait, hold on. I just saw another. President-elect reach a consensus for coronavirus relief bill as the nation braces for a very dark winter with coronavirus infections skyrocketing. So yeah, I think the term dark winter means has something to do with the virus. I don't think it actually means at face value dark, like it's going to go dark. But there is another thing that's been talked about: the cyber attacks, power grid finance down, that type of stuff. Venezuela had a cyber attack. They called it an electromagnetic attack, and there's an article on it. The Venezuelan government blames electromagnetic attack for nationwide blackout, and basically all the power went out at a certain time, and then it was restored.
So here's the thing: blackouts have been completely normal.
It basically blacked out, I think, for a day or two. So there's a new fear-mongering agenda saying that they're gonna turn the power off, they're gonna do this, they're gonna do that. Would turning the power off and would cutting off the internet make things go crazier and make things worse? Well, look, just like remember, everything's run by secret societies very large groups of people working together. So there again, just like all of them were insider trading and they cashed out of the stock market before it crashed, which is why I don't trade stocks, which is why I never risk trading stocks. They're probably going to plan things again in their favor. You know for sure that all these Masons are going to cash out of their stock before. If I had to bet and I was trading, I would probably be sure to cash out of the stock market right before Christmas. Again, I don't know how to trade stocks. I don't have any money invested right now. So, who knows, there's probably going to stage something again. Who knows what's going to happen with the stock market. But the point is, they're going to be ready for that if they decide to do that. And of course, everything is planned and scripted, and every single thing they do, every single thing that happens is something they did. If there is a power grid, financial thing down, electromagnetic attack, they're going to turn the power out on purpose. They're going to turn the power out on purpose. Whether they do something really crazy, like turn all the power out, and like the crazy end of that could be turning the power out and rushing people into FEMA camps. The less crazy version of that could be just turning off the internet or crashing the financial market or doing something. The only thing I don't understand and the only reason why I don't believe there's going to be an electromagnetic attack is because a key part of their infrastructure and what they need to do to basically transform everything is to radiate people with 5G towers and devices in their homes. Now, what they can do, and I mean, to my understanding, is what if they just turned the power off in people's homes and turned the internet off in people's homes, and then just turned all the LED lamps up, ramped up the Wi-Fi on those, ramped up the Wi-Fi on the 5G towers, and they radiated people while they were at home with no power. That's technically what they could do. What I would do if the power went out or they did some shit like that, the first thing I would do is go out to the LED lamp or go out to the 5G tower, go over to a 5G tower and see if it's still fucking running. And if there's like it doesn't make any sense. They're going to say if you don't get the vaccine, you can't travel. Well, we'll talk about that in a second. So I don't know logistically if you think about the stuff they need to keep people in control. They're using electromagnetic frequencies to alter people's minds and thoughts and that type of stuff. So it's difficult to believe that they're going to do something like that unless it was just a temporary act of chaos. If they did that, that would basically be an excuse to maybe usher in a digital currency. Who knows? Who knows why they would do that? You have to think, okay, there's a simple answer. Okay, it would just be to incite more chaos and make things go crazy. But there's a bunch of different ways they can do that without a scripted cyber attack. Everybody said the internet would go down 8 months ago. Well, yeah, because I believed some of the nonsense bullshit people were telling me. The 10 days of darkness bullshit from those shills. I only believed that for about a day. But now the thing is, this cyber attack is something that's actually been in the predictive programming for several years if you look into it. And it's something that the World Economic Forum has actually said. Those satanic psychopaths at the World Economic Forum. There's a video of Klaus Schwab literally saying, they're fucking telling you to your face, our next fear should be a cyber attack, which would be devastating compared to coronavirus, even right now. Like these people are basically telling you, bro, all you gotta do is find these Freemasons, into the back of a gym, go into their sauna, then jerk off in there. Honestly, I would probably bet that the Freemasonic lodges have saunas in them. Where's the nearest Freemason lodge? There's fucking Masonic lodges in every town in like New York. There's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They're everywhere. There's one in the Bronx. This is ridiculous. There's like, if you look at a map of Look, there's this many Masonic buildings. So whenever someone tells you, oh, how could 3 million people keep a fucking secret? Look, why are there so many? Look how many Masonic lodges there are just in. It's crazy. There's dozens and dozens and dozens of. There's probably hundreds of Masonic lodges just in each state. You know, it's crazy. Absolutely crazy. They do fear campaigns during the slow time of the year when people are low on money. Give us a tour of one. Oh, I don't know. I don't know what would happen if you tried to go in one. Honestly, well, this is the thing. A Masonic lodge is private property, and the police are Freemasons. So if you started fucking around and trying to film a Freemasonic lodge or do anything with a Freemasonic lodge, you'd probably get arrested real quick, or you probably have an FBI agent. I bet you if you did some shit or even suggested that you were going to do something to a Masonic lodge in the United States, you would have an FBI agent following you 24/7. I bet you would. What's a Mason? A Mason is a member of the Freemasonic Order, which is a secret society dating back thousands of years. They basically control the world and act out the will of the higher ups. Are the Masons proud of being Masons? Because about a month ago, a car in front of me had a license plate with a border that said Freemason. Well, usually they want to know. It's like whenever you hear someone has connections or someone got a job because they knew someone, that's what they mean. They're members of secret societies, so they do know who each other. They do know each other and try to make sure that everyone else knows who it is. But like if you like, they're all liars. Like there was a video I was looking at last night on, for some reason on YouTube, there was a video like had 100,000 views, like the origins of Freemasonry. And it was basically just a guy lying about the origins of Freemasonry for an hour. So, and he was a Mason. So all they do is they lie and deceit. You have to understand it. There's no information that will really be leaked about their teachings. Even Manly P. Hall, who's known for leaking most information about the Masons, what they actually teach is never really been leaked in any large capacity. There's a book, The Secret Teachings of All Ages, that goes into secret societies and the origins thousands and thousands of years back. From like a medieval perspective, like these secret societies used to go out into the forest, into the caves, and literally do all sorts of rituals and teach. It's a lot of secret stuff. The origins of the true history of the earth. There's a saying that history is written by the victors. Well, history is written by the Masons. But that's an important element. You have to understand that all these secret societies, all these people control what's going on. So, to my understanding, if the Freemasons are still in the United States, which they are, because they're very well-known Masons on YouTube, influencers and carnivore dieters, in the context of what's close and relevant to what I do, they're still in the United States. Granted, they did move to Texas. So one major red flag for me is, okay, hold on. If all of these Masonic actors and shills are moving to Texas, what's going on? Does that mean I should move to Texas? Is Texas going to be protected from something? Why is Joe Rogan, why are all of these Twitch influencers, why is everyone moving to fucking Texas? If you think Trump is on your side or QAnon is real, your IQ is below 90 or some shit. We don't have a flavored whey protein yet. It's just unflavored. How do these Freemasons live with themselves? They're literally doing something that flies in the face of nature, and all that is good. What is so enticing about engaging in Peter? Okay, so you're saying, how do these Freemasons live with themselves? Well, Joe Rogan's living in a fucking $15 million mansion, doing whatever the fuck he wants. Like, Rat Boy probably made millions and millions of dollars off of my ideas. Like, what do you mean? How did these people? They are able to convince themselves whatever they do to convince themselves what they're doing is okay. They do it. You know. Manly P. Hall lived to 90. Was probably Mason himself. Otherwise, he would have. Well, he did join Freemasonry eventually. QAnon is the definition of a psyop. It's retarded shit. But it's not just Freemasonry. Usually, the reason you talk about Masonry a lot is because it seems to be one of the largest organizations, and generally, I've mentioned the number 33 a few times on my channel. There's 33 rankings in Masonry, and usually a lot of once you reach 33rd degree Masons, they usually members of multiple secret societies. So, very high level 33 degree Masons are probably also high level members of Illuminati, other secret societies that I don't even know about. Did Rat Boy sue you again? Yeah, that fucking retard's probably going to. I'm just going to write a letter to the court again, explaining what happened the first time. He's probably not too happy about the website that was designed for him. I mean, I wouldn't be happy either if paulsaladino.com was this shit. And then there's like, it's literally like this shit. And then there's a video showing how he plagiarized me, like 7 videos showing plagiarism. So the fact that this guy still even has a fucking career shows how connected he is. It's fucking comical. It's almost a joke at this point. We have 33 vertebrae. Yeah, when you see shit like Jesus died at 33 years old, there's 33 vertebrae in the human spine. That shows you how deep they thought about this shit. Dude, literally someone who I know just moved to Texas for like no reason. All the family in New York City, born and raised in New York City, randomly decided to move to Texas last Friday. Yeah, that's kind of scary to me that all these people are randomly moving to Texas, and there are a lot of Freemasons and secret society members. So I don't really know if... Hey, Sadira, how are you? Thanks for the $1. I forgot to set up the... I think I still forgot to set up the text-to-speech on here, but it doesn't matter that much. I don't get too many donations anymore. Have you ever heard anyone else talk about or look closely into all the children that go missing every year? You mentioned it a few times a while back, but not since. I mean, I don't really know what to think about that. If you look up how many children go missing every year in the United States, it's like something crazy like 600,000. We know they have like giant networks of underground tunnels. What was that shit? Which airport was it? Denver Airport, right? Or Colorado? Well, Denver's in Colorado, right? So there was apparently an airport in Denver that has all of these like weird underground tunnels and shit. So, and it's like there's no reason for the airport to be there in Denver. So it seems like the child trafficking, hundreds of thousands of children go missing in the United States, and they have these networks of underground tunnels, and from what I've read about DUMBs or deep underground military bases, these elite people literally have cities below the earth. So who knows what they're doing down there. No, I don't know why they're moving to Texas. These people are secret society members. They know Democrat versus Republican is all fake nonsense. So I don't know why they would be moving to Texas. They know something I don't know. And the things I can hypothesize about why they're moving to Texas, one could be like states like New York and California are going to get really fucking crazy and mandate stuff, and real estate's going to crash really fucking hard, or it's going to be or maybe there's a safe haven in Texas that doesn't have high levels of 5G. Maybe they're not going to spray chemtrails in Texas. Maybe they're moving to make a giant Freemasonic sauna orgy in Texas. I don't know. I don't know what's going on, but there's a reason they moved to. There's a reason everyone moved to fucking Texas, and there's a reason they're not telling you. All of the Illuminati symbolism is in astrophysics as well. I like pointing out the logos on the in the cars and stuff. You know what really pisses me off, speaking of astrophysics? That fucking chick, Marin Altman, that vegan chick I critiqued, ever since I critiqued her, her fucking channel blew up like crazy. She went from like 11,000 to 50,000 subscribers in like a month. And she blocked me. She didn't fucking want to do a video with me. She never credited me for her fucking growth. But like, if you look like at her YouTube channel growth, like, it all fucking happened after I did a video critiquing her. And she didn't want to do a video with me. That pisses me off. Like, I basically made her new popular channel. You know, isn't that kind of rude? Like, I do a video on her, she gets fucking 30,000 subscribers, 40,000 subscribers in a month, and then she fucking ignores me and blocks me on Instagram. Like, how is that a nice way to repay me? Is your pineal gland decalcified? If the water I use to brush my teeth in is still fluoridated, and I don't if I take iodine and stuff, would my pineal gland be decalcified? I don't know how much I believe in that shit, to be honest. You're too pretty for her? It's a man. Yes, I know, but I don't want to say that because then she'll know I'm onto her or onto him. How big do you think the cities underground are? I really don't fucking care. It's not that stuff like that. It's interesting to talk about, but it's not important. Selfish, ungrateful woman. So, but no, technically it's not a woman. So you would think they'd be thinking straight. No, did she sell out after the Mason saw you critiqued her? What the fuck are you talking about? She's fucking inverted gender, fucking psycho astrological shit. She was in the club before she even knew who I was. Look at her fucking dude. This has been her fucking like this fucking satanic shit. Like, look at what she's been doing that for fucking months. Like I think like, look at what she does. Like, have you ever seen a fucking chick with abs like that? No, because they don't have abs like that. Girl, all right, we're not talking about this today. You're attracted to a man then? Hey, I never said anything. No, that guy in the chat just did. That guy in the chat just said, I love girls with abs. Uh-oh. The inverted gender stuff is just as meaningless as the underground cities. Interesting to talk about, but doesn't really affect anything. Well, I would argue the inverted gender stuff, I mean, the inverted gender stuff really shows the deception and how far the deception goes. Hey, the 7-pound ribeye package is 7 1-pound ribeye steaks, boneless. Apparently, all the boys in the chat like her. All right, that's great. That's kind of why I wanted to do a video with her. I knew you guys would like it, but she didn't want anything to do with it. Guys, we're not talking about the trans today. This is supposed to be a Toyota Corolla news live stream. So, I mean, I think we've kind of summarized our thoughts. Is there anything else we want to talk about that's happened recently in the past week or so? It's mainly been we never really it's that Dark Winter stuff and the new apparently blackout they're going to stage or whatever. Start of socialized medicine. I mean, yeah, I mean, there's a bunch of videos I wanted to do on stuff like the what's it called? The I have it somewhere here. The Agenda for Sustainable Development. It's fucking psycho shit. Basically, it's the New World Order template they wrote out. Where is it? All right, I don't know where I put it in my notes, but there was also they found coronavirus in beef tripe, and there was another one too that I can't remember. We could talk about the China social credit system, and the hot new COVID tech is wearable and constantly tracks you. There's a bunch of crazy shit that it's there. You know, the medical tracking devices. So, you're not allowed to get sick anymore. It's ridiculous. We got a couple of donations, I think. Hi Frank, is it okay to use a granite pan? I don't know what those are. I don't know what those are coated with. If it's just granite and there's no coating on it, that should be fine. Have you done a DNA test? Yeah, I think I did too. I was actually supposed to do a video on my DNA test from. I don't recommend doing a DNA test because they're probably doing some weird shit where like they know what to spray at your house to change your DNA. But I was supposed to do a video because just to go over it would just be like it's just an easy video to do. I can't remember who I did it with. I think it was 23andMe, not the other one, Ancestry. The ribeye steaks are cut. Cyber attack is the next pandemic. Yeah, I don't know who the fuck would believe a cyber attack. Like, yeah, no shit, the government did it. Oh, some unknown fucking. It's like some unknown guy wearing like a hoodie sweatshirt is like typing away furiously at his computer. Cyber attack. Is that what they're gonna say it was? Some angry teenager in his basement took down the whole power grid. In reality, it's just some high-level masons standing at the Con Edison plant getting ordered to flick a switch on and off. We're live on YouTube on Frank Tufano. Frank Tufano. The China social credit system is insane. It was like oppose the government and lose points. No, yeah. It literally says that. It's like if you post anti-government statements on social media, you lose social credit points. It's ridiculous. You look totally dehydrated. Please drink some water and eat some proteins. Yeah, I should. I haven't eaten today. I haven't drank enough water. Trump fired the head of the cybersecurity guy today. Oh shit, are they staging it? Hold on, is that true? Trump fires head of cybersecurity. Trump fires director of Homeland Security who refuted his claims. Well, that doesn't have to do with... Oh, wait. Election cybersecurity. You're fucking dumb, dude. Misleading me. There will be no cyber attack. If they did, then they wouldn't be able to keep manipulating the sheep on social media. I said something along the lines of that earlier. I said, well, the thing is, though, what I also said was the 5G towers and the LED lamps they have set up can very well control people. So put thoughts in people's heads. So maybe they'll just keep those running on generators or something. Part of the agenda is making people believe the stuff they read online. Shutting down the internet wouldn't be in their interest because people would go out and question things. Yeah, but if they did certain things, like they shut off the internet and then they cut the food supply and they use that to usher people into FEMA camps or something to stay warm and have food, and then they said, oh, well, now you can't leave the camp unless you get tested or something. Who knows what crazy shit can happen. Deep state shills are basically promising a cyber attack that's going to make COVID look like peanuts. Well, not deep state. The government is either using the idea of a cyber attack to fearmonger people and get people to stock up on food and on perishables to keep people sick on crappy food, or this is the thing, guys. The fact that Ice Age Farmer is talking about it, and the fact that everyone else is saying, like, it's going to happen, it's going to happen. The fact that they're telling people to stock up on food, to me, is a red flag. They need to break past the blood-brain barrier with vaccines for the 5G to work. The vaccine can decode and change DNA. Would 5G towers be able to give people physiological mental disorders? They can definitely put ideas in your head with, they can definitely change your thoughts and put ideas in your head with electromagnetic frequencies. Is COVID a hoax? That would be a very gross understatement. Denmark proposed change to the constitution for expanded police powers, forced vaccinations, and detainment. Denmark protests over new law that will be able to define groups of people who must be vaccinated. People who refuse the above can be coerced through physical detainment, with police allowed to assist. People protested and the bill was killed. Yeah, they protested in Denmark as soon as they tried that shit. The thing is, what has to happen is, what has to happen for that type of crazy shit to work, like forced vaccination. The way forced vaccination works is enough people are on the side of the police and the government to do it. So if they were actually allowed to radiate people and make people drop dead and actually cause true pandemics, if they were allowed to do that, then they could actually get enough people on, because, you know, if kids were dropping dead on the street riding their bicycle, yeah, they'd probably get everyone to force vaccinate, but I don't think they're allowed to do that. He fired him via tweet. Oh, did he? Even if the number of cases reported was true, people just don't realize the virus isn't very harmful. So you could tear this down on every single argument. Even if, this is the thing, like, they never even spoke about what a virus was. Like, if you go up, like, you can go, like, down a list of shit that needs to be, you could go down a list of shit that needs to be accounted for before anything else is validated. Okay, can you even explain what a virus is? No? Well, then all this shit goes out the window. Okay, can you explain what a virus is? And then do you understand that a virus is not transmissible unless it's injected into someone? Okay, well, then that also fucking debunks everything, because then masks don't matter. And then, okay, okay, so now we already know everything's bullshit from the first point. Okay, well, what if it was transmissible and it could be transferred from person to person? Well, then it's so small that a mask wouldn't block it. There's just so, you could just debunk everything based on the truth. Europe isn't social distancing. They're fucking shit up. Yeah, there's very little to no coverage of what happens in Europe and the United States. No one really knows. Denmark government backed down on forced vaccines for now after public uproar. Shill's running social media news to sway people away from the truth. COVID skeptics should be denied hospital beds, says economist. I don't think the COVID skeptics want hospital beds. I think the COVID skeptics know that the only way you can die from coronavirus is in a hospital. Seems to be. I'm starting to see FEMA ads in my YouTube feed. At first, how do they keep popping up? They say FEMA is hiring 2,800 plus people per month. Sign of the times. I've been seeing job postings for FEMA. They're going to be responsible for rolling out the vaccine. YouTube's targeted ads just letting us know what they plan on doing once shit hits the fan. Yeah, we did look at that the other day, right? FEMA's hiring a lot. Why is FEMA hiring? Oh, because they're going to distribute the vaccine. Okay. If FEMA is distributing the vaccine, why are they hiring for disaster response training? disaster environmental historic preservation specialist. Hold on. This should scare people. Why is FEMA hiring for a disaster response training program? Do you think the government is trying to murder people? Well, I don't know. All I know is that FEMA is hiring for disaster response. That seems like an odd thing to be hiring for, isn't it? Isn't disaster response like something that just happens and then people volunteer for it at the time of the occurrence? It's not something you... If you're hiring for disaster response, I think that means that you're planning on causing the disaster, or you know there's going to be disaster for some odd reason. Most Freemasons are old, rich white guys who happen to be gay. Yo, I got an ad to join the Illuminati last week on Instagram. I've seen that. It's pretty funny. There's like some Chinese bot. Trump just posted a CNN clip of them thanking him for creating the vaccine. The disaster will be in California. They're hiring in New York. Guys, we're gonna on Instagram. We'll wrap up the live stream. You guys can join us on YouTube if you'd like. Just not that many viewers. So if you guys want to talk about some other stuff, we can. Otherwise, we'll wrap this up in a little bit. It's just all the same nonsense over and over again. Maybe a few times, maybe like a few times a month, there's some new stuff to talk about. But it's really just kind of overviewing the same bullshit. I should probably just start taking notes and getting bullet points of what we've spoken about, and just so we can summarize really quickly at the beginning and then go into whatever new stuff there is. Like one thing we didn't talk like how I didn't touch on the election stuff, but it's obvious, voting doesn't matter. They're all in cahoots with each other, stuff like that. I should have locked that. Hold on. Lock. Okay. So what are they doing to people? I don't believe in this virus thing, but some close people to me have gotten really sick. They radiate people with Wi-Fi devices. Frankie, Google did Joe Biden run for president 33 years ago? In any case, Biden... so Biden ran for president in 1988. What is it, number 33, more 33 symbolism? The 33 and the Freemasonic symbolism is just ridiculous. Like, you would assume, like, if you just explain to someone, like, the Freemasonic order is a secret society that has 33 degrees of ranking. And if you Google coronavirus 33, there's fucking 33 new deaths, 33 more deaths. We did this shit 2 weeks ago. Same, and it was all new articles too. We did this shit 2 weeks ago. 33 new deaths, 33 new deaths. It was like all fucking different. They do this shit every 2 weeks. 33 deaths in 2050, 33 deaths. It's retarded. 33 Staten Island schools have been reported. 33 new deaths in Kentucky. It's all symbolism bullshit. It's so fucking obvious, and people are so stupid they don't recognize it. It's so ridiculous. Their goal is to have 33,333 articles on 33. Yeah, who fucking cares? Dumb shit. That's like painfully obvious shit. Like, what would happen if you said that to like a sheeple? What would happen if you went up to like the average sheeple on the street and then literally went up to him and said, hey, there's 33 degrees of Freemasonry. Look at all these news articles that have 33. And you literally show them like hundreds and hundreds of news articles that all use the number 33. Are they going to say it's just a coincidence? Oh, it's just a coincidence. I would ask the person to their face. I would just literally tell them, well, you're fucking stupid, so I'm not talking to you anymore. It's completely fucking ridiculous. You're drinking too much fluoride, buddy. The Proud Boys. Wasn't there like some sort of with the Trump shit, the gay joke with the Proud Boys or something? Like gay guys were pretending to be the Proud Boys. What was that, like 2 months ago, right? It's more like controlled opposition bullshit, though. Does it still mute me when I go to a different screen? Isn't the camera there? I should, you should be able to hear me. Anyone remember conspiracy theories of the swine flu? The swine flu was back when 4G launched, right? Why do men nowadays have gray hair, gray beard, or balding at the age of 30 and 40? Very high levels of oxidative stress in the environment, poor diets, high Wi-Fi. Guys, we'll wrap this up for tonight. I think we've gone over some basic stuff. Just more nonsense. We'll see. I keep saying we'll see how things go, but it just looks like channel growth and live streams are getting less and less views. So I don't really know what to do about it, but maybe I'll think about it some more and we'll see. We'll see what to do. So you guys enjoy the rest of your night. We'll do another live stream on Thursday. I don't know what the Thursday live stream is gonna be. Maybe we'll just do a general Ask Me Anything. And then we'll do maybe another Q&A on Saturday or Sunday. I'm not sure. Thank you guys who donated tonight. If we get some more donations, if we start getting more donations, I'll fix the Streamlabs and text-to-speech stuff. But right now, it's not really too important.